Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
So Mohan, in general, one question. For neural
Yeah, tell
networks,
me.
what are the libraries you prefer?
Libraries.
Yeah,
The TensorFlow.
TensorFlow, is it?
Yeah. So Keras. So
Yeah,
yesterday I told you, right? So
yeah,
Keras is
it's
built.
inbuilt from Pro.x,
Uh,
correct?
yes. So TensorFlow is sufficient.
Okay.
So there we have convolution, neural
CNNs,
network.
RNNs, yeah.
Yeah, CNN, RNN. Okay. So and also like apart from that we have some more thing also like VGG16 something. Okay, so those are used for classification purpose mainly. So for linear also it is being used, but it is also used for it is mostly used for classification.
Classification. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because whenever we do with respect to CSV and data, right, it would be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily, we are
Ah,
into imaging.
yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, like they have the data set. No, see for example, consider you have folder and you have n number of images in it. Okay,
Hmm.
so you can
Hmm.
convert to multidimensional data. So there is something called
Correct.
image gen, I think. So using that you can
Image gen,
generate
yes.
yeah, so using that you can convert it to multidimensional data and then you can just do it.
Correct.
Okay, right, I think everybody are here. Anyways, we will discuss during deep learning. Okay,
Okay.
right. So now what we are going to do is, okay, so guys, you have to install. Okay, you have to install library now. So just please execute this statement from APYORI import a priori. Just execute this statement, everyone, and let me know the output. Let me know the output of that. So you are able to execute the statement.
Module. It's
Or no module, right? Okay. So what you
no,
can do is you can just go to command prompt. Okay, you can just go to command prompt and then just execute conda, or just to say where pip, guys, everyone, just to say where pip and let me know the results.
yeah, ap.exe in some location.
Yeah, so let me know the results, like in which folder it is showing, Anaconda folder or in some other folder.
Yeah, Anaconda only.
Anaconda, right? Then what you can do
Yeah.
is you can just say pip okay,
Okay.
install
Install.
apyori. You can just say like this, pip install apyori. pip install APY ORI. You will be able to install this library. So now if I execute this in my system,
It says no matching distribution found. Okay, yeah, my bad.
see I'm just getting this requirement already satisfied like that. Okay, so you have to give pip and then install API ORI. Sorry, APY ORI. Able to install, everyone?
It's in progress for me.
Okay.
I don't know why it says no matching distribution found for APY ORI.
Is it? No,
Yeah.
basically it will. How you are executing it? So could you please share your screen
Yeah,
now?
in the conda prompt only.
No, not in conda prompt. Not in conda prompt. That's in command prompt.
Oh, okay.
You have
let
to
me
do
try.
this. Okay, command prompt. You have to do this. Not in conda prompt.
Command prompt. I think I have a problem with pip. It's not coming up.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just share.
It
Like,
worked for me from that Anaconda prompt.
Yeah.
okay,
it-
1
it
second.
should work because that's how I have installed
Ranjit,
here.
right? Ranjit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I executed from the same location where I was running all the files, where the
That
files
is
were
fine.
getting stored.
That is fine. That
So
is
it
fine.
worked.
So, yeah. Ranjit, could you please share your screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing.
No, there is some problem with your internet connectivity. So it is not able to connect. If you are getting this retrying, right? That means you have problem with internet connectivity. It's not able to download it. Or it's just to say Conda, where Conda. Okay, just say now conda.bat. Okay. Just say conda install APY ORI. APY ORI. Okay, just say enter. Let's wait. Let's wait.
Earlier, pip install has worked, Mohan.
Okay, because there is some retrying something is there, right? So if you are getting
Is
that
it
error, that
proxy?
means
It says connection error only here.
yeah.
It's a
It's not
proxy.
able to connect.
Are you connected to G
I will-
network?
Yeah, I connected to G network only, then it will install because of the proxy issues.
Okay.
What about Abhishek? Yeah, it is not able to connect, man, actually. So that is the problem here.
Okay. Let me
Try with some other
tell
module like
resetting my
yeah, just say pip install some other module like that, like let's say py mysql py msql like that. Okay,
sure.
Abhishek, what happened with you?
Yeah. For me, the package installed and I was able to run that step as well.
Okay,
Able
okay,
to
fine,
do the import.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can stop sharing your screen.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can go.
Okay, so now I do one thing. Just a second. So you guys have to download one CSV file that I'm going to upload it now. Okay. I'll be uploading under session 3. Okay. So I'm just saying choose file, my PGP, grocery data. Yeah. So you just open L&D Cloud, and then under session 3, you will be having something called CSV files association. You can just download that. Okay. Then there is once you download it, just load the file pd.read CSV, and then I can write grocery underscore data, that is // data underscore files / grocery underscore data.csv. So in that we'll be not having the header. So for example, if I now execute it right, the first column, the first row will be considered as a header. Okay, the first row will be considered as a header. So now there is no header at all. So in this case, what you can do is you can just write header is equal to none, something like this. Okay, now in that you can see that is once you load it, you have lot of NaN values. Okay, lot of NaN values here. So what you can do is you can just say data dot fill NA. Okay, and then I can write not applicable as a string. Okay, and then I can write in place is equal to true. Okay, then now if you just print data dot head wherever NaN value is present, okay, so everywhere you can see not applicable, something like this. Okay, wherever NaN is present, so everywhere it has been chosen with not applicable. And then you can just see the data.shape, data.shape, and then you can just say len of data. You can see. So 22 rows, 1 columns, and len of data will always give you the number of records. Okay, whenever you say length of data frame, it will always give you number of records actually. Okay. So let me just copy these lines, do this. Okay, this one, and then this one. And then this one. So let me know once it is done. We will convert this data frame to list of list, so that it will
Amon, can you copy that definition of support confidence and lift also?
okay. Yeah.
Done from my end.
Yeah. So what about others too?
Yeah, done.
Yeah. So
Did
now,
we load this? Yeah, I'm getting a issue in finding that CSV file. So was that the one which we actually loaded yesterday?
no. Today, in session 3, it is there. Just refresh the screen, L&D Cloud, and then under session 3, you will be able to find it.
Okay, I'll do it. Please move on.
Yeah. So now converting the data frame to list of list. So what we can do is, if I want to convert to list of list, okay. So consider, I'm just considering only one particular data for now. Okay, so I can write data, okay, dot ilocate of 0. Okay, now you can see it is in wine, chips, bread, butter, milk cap. That is, it is taking the single row basically. All right, and then if I say dot values, now you can see something like this. That is, this will be converted to array like this. Okay, now if I say list of, now you can see it has been converted to a list. Okay, that is, it is just a single. So I was selecting just a single one now, right? Let me select two things, like two records. Let's say :2. All right, then I can just write something like this. Okay, so it is inside, you can see array of that, like that is list of arrays basically. Okay, you can see list of arrays. For example, if I just convert it, okay, let me just go ahead with this, like for element in list of data dot ilocate of :2 dot values. Now if I print this element, it is in the form of like this. That is, this is one array and this is another array actually. All right, so now what we can do is, I have to convert each and every element into an array. Okay, I want to convert each and every element into an array. All right, so for that what we can do is, I can just say, okay, I can just say, that is list of records. Okay, list of records is equal to, so I can go through each and every stuff actually. That is, I can say for element in, okay, for element in this thing, and here I can just give data dot values like this. Okay, now if I just say element over here, and it will be an array. That is, if I say for element in list of records, okay, now if I print element, it will be an numpy array like this. See here, numpy array like this. All right, so instead of this, I can just convert list of element actually. So now you can see inside each and every element is a list. That is, if I just say print of list of records, this is a list of list basically. Now you can see here, it's a list of list. That is, we have a list, and inside each and every element is a list now. Okay, so that's what we have done it over there. Okay, so guys, clear? So this will convert the data frame. Okay, this will convert the data frame to list of list. So that is, to a priori algorithm, we need to provide this as the input. Okay, we need to provide this as the input actually. Okay, so I can delete this one. This particular shell is not at all required. Okay, so this is how you can convert data frame to list of list. Okay, that is, I can say, for element in list of data dot values, and then I can just convert it to particular system. Or else I think it is not required to use list also over here. Yeah, should be fine now. Okay, list of element for element in data dot values. That's clear? Clear on this? Yeah, please do this, and then we will create the model. Okay, just one step. Okay, and then we will
So,
build the model.
just just to understand the concept of list of list, is it a Cartesian product or something?
No, it is not a Cartesian product. That is, we have this. See, whenever you say data dot values, right, each and every record is a array.
Right.
Okay, see, this is a array now,
Hmm.
and this is the second record is an array, third record is an array.
Right.
So we are converting each record into a list. That's it. Okay, we are converting each record into a list. See here, wine, chips, bread, butter, milk, apple. Wine, chips, bread, butter, milk, apple. That is the first element. Second, wine not applicable, bread, butter, milk not applicable. Second one, and then third one. Okay, so like that. So we are converting each and every record to a list actually.
So Mohan,
But
with this,
we do.
because that algorithm requires us list of list, right?
Yes. List of
Okay.
records. Yes.
But we do see more records there after wine, chips, bread, butter, milk, apple, right?
No. The thing is, see, what is the shape here? 22, no? Okay. So now if I just take the length of this, okay, if I take the length of this, it will be the same thing. Length of list of records, it will be 26. Sorry, 22. See here?
So the head function
Oh,
retrieves by default
Yeah.
few records.
By default, it will retrieve one. It will retrieve only 5 records. So now if I say data, now you can see 22 records. Got it?
okay.
Yeah. Because head function always retrieves only 5 records. Tail function always retrieves the last 5 records.
Okay, I think I got confused. Got it now. Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, is it done? Converting the data frame to list of list.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now what we are going to do? Okay. Now what we are going to do? We are going to build the model. Okay. We are going to build the model, that is association rules is equal to a priori. Okay, first parameter is a list of records. Second parameter we are giving like minimum length, sorry, minimum support. We can give in any order, no problem. So minimum support, it should be 0.50. Okay, then minimum confidence. Okay, let's say 0.7. All right, and then we can say minimum lift is equal to, let's say, 0.9. Okay, and then minimum length is equal to 2. That is how many combinations needs to be displayed, minimum, as a minimum thing. Okay, so it has to display like two products. Okay, so this is the thing, but association rules. Okay, now the association rules has been built. Now if I print that association rules, what will happen here is, this is a kind of generator object. There is some concept in Python called generators. Okay, So we can't see, okay, all the objects which are present in generator object at once, because it provides a lazy memory allocation. For example, take the concept of sequences. Okay, so consider you have generator n number of sequences, all right, which contains some 100 numbers. You want, that is, if you want to retrieve only one value at a time from that, okay, then what you will do, you will say next of that particular sequence. Okay, that is sequence dot next value, that is next available value will be retrieved, correct? Similarly, what we can do, we can just retrieve like next of ASOC rules, that is, it will retrieve one by one basically. Okay, next of ASOC rules, and then if I say one more, it will retrieve next of ASOC rules, and if I say one more, next of ASOC rules. So until it is available, it will release one value at a time. That is the purpose of generator object. But if you do iteration, okay, for example, instead of doing this, okay, I can just do it in iteration also, like for rule in ASOC rules, okay, then I can just print the rule here, and then I can print some separator. Okay, this will print all the rules over here. See here, these are the rules it has generated. Okay, these are the rules it has generated basically. See here, this much rules we have now. All right. So for example, now if I want to say, like, see, like this is nothing but bread. Okay, so whenever, okay, so it is also considered not applicable also, is that? Let me just give more lift actually. Okay, let me give 1.2. Now I can see only one particular rule actually, that is, whenever you buy milk, bread and butter, all right, so now it has given some statistics over here, like support is equal to 0.5 and ordered statistics is something like this, frozen set is equal to butter, and then items like whenever you buy milk and bread, the customer is buying butter. Okay, so whenever you are going to buy milk and bread, you are going to buy butter, like that. All right, so it is just forming in this particular things actually. Okay, so what you can do, you can just convert to list. Instead of just doing like this, you can just convert to list so that you can see all the element at once. All right, okay, I had to run it again. Okay, and then I can just say list of ASOC rules, and then I can just print it over here. One second, I can just say list of rules is equal to list of ASOC rules, and then over here, because in generator, that is, if you have generator object, okay, consider you have retrieved all the elements from the object. Okay, so you can't retrieve the same object again and again. So it is like a sequence. The element which has retrieved, you can't retrieve it again. So once it retrieves all the objects, that object is empty, that's it. Okay, so that's why, see, that's why what is happening here is, whenever I say on ASOC rules, for example here, okay, whenever I say on this, right, it is not giving any output. See, it is not giving any output because everything has been read, okay, at this point itself. All right, for example, if I am saying this and then if I am saying this, it will be retrieved. That is the functionality of generator object. Okay, so if the generator object is empty, that is, if you have retrieved all the elements from the object, you can't go back. Okay, so there is only next element available, not previous element available. Okay, that is the things over there. So now,
to get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Now consider I have something like this. Okay, so we have converted to list, and then let me just see LST underscore rules. Okay, LST underscore rules. So now once you convert to list, right, you can access at any point of time, because list is not like generated object. Okay, so using index you can easily access those actually. All right, so now for example, if you want to, okay, if you want to retrieve these particular items separately, like support, audit statistics, and then items add, confidence, lift, and then items base, items add, something like that. If you want to retrieve, what you can do is you can just say, okay, let me just remove this one, or else let me just comment this out. Okay, so like retrieves the element from the generator object. Okay, so this one, let me just remove it. This one, let me just remove it, not required. Okay, so now we have something over here, right? We have something over here for rule in LST rules. Now, if you want to retrieve only these particular items, so for that, what we can say is, see, this is a kind of a named tuple object, this relation record. Okay, and if I want to retrieve some particular items, what I have to do is I have to say rule. Okay, I can just say here print rule dot items. Okay, now you can see you are retrieving only this particular object alone, and similarly rule dot support gives you 0.5, and similarly you can just access print rule dot items underscore add. One second. So okay, it is within audit statistics, so that is audit statistics. Okay, so now you can see the entire object is this, basically the entire object is this actually. Okay, all right, so whenever you are going to buy milk and bread, okay, butter is recommended. Okay, whenever you are going to buy milk and bread, butter is recommended. All right, so these three are the best combination from our this thing. Okay, these three are the best combination. For example, let me just change the minimum lift or minimum support like that. Okay, let me just say minimum lift is 1.0. Okay, now you can see the different thing actually. See, you have so many things basically. Okay, you have so many things over here. All right, see, apple and butter are the best combination, and apple and wine are the best combination, and then bread and butter are best combination. So you have n number of combinations whenever you change the parameters basically. Okay, that's clear. So you can just change this particular parameter, and then let me say support is 0.75 and confidence is 0.8, and then let me just give 1.0, let it be, no problem. So now you can see the different rules actually. Okay, is nothing is there, not applicable is coming, nothing is there for my particular data. Okay, so I can just give 0.6 and then 0.7 and then something like this. So now you can see wine, milk and wine. Guys, clear? Okay, so this is
how we decide on the best value for all those parameters, or is it
best value always 0.5 for minimum support. That is always actually minimum support should be 0.5. Okay, minimum lift actually, okay, the thing is if it is greater than 1, that is nothing but there is more positive correlation between the items in the data set. If it is greater than 1, okay, so if it is less than 1, that means there is a negative correlation within the item set. Okay, so basically products in item set X and Y are unlikely to be brought together. Okay, so if it is greater than 1, right, whenever you give lift is greater than 1, right, that means it is like positive correlation. Okay, it is like positive correlation. So the products in the item set X and Y are more likely to bought together actually. So better you can give minimum lift as greater than 1 or 1 or greater than 1 actually. Okay.
Okay.
So because
in
it is,
this
yeah,
we don't have we always work on this unknown data, right? Because we don't know what is going to be recommended. So this we have, so based on what we will be judging on this one?
no, based on these parameters only.
Based
Okay,
on,
based on these three parameters only. Okay, so minimum lift, if it is 1,
yes,
right,
how
it
we
is nothing
can,
but neutral. Sorry?
no, the thing is how we can improvise the algorithm. If that improving the algorithm means setting the different values for the for the
Yes.
support and all, right?
Yes.
Okay, so based on what we will be improving that algorithm, because right now if with this with the current values whatever we have set, I have set it in production and it is working on the data. So now if how I can set whether it is working well or not?
Depends on the products that we are retrieving, because here there is no accuracy at all. Okay, so we have to optimize it by giving the various parameters over here only. Okay, so here there is no evaluation criteria at all. See, remember I told one thing, okay, like I think before 3 weeks when I searched for OnePlus 8 for another batch, okay, so I got some recommendation saying frequently brought together OnePlus 8 plus OnePlus 8. Correct? See, getting it right, that is a wrong recommendation. Okay, so no customer will opt for that. That is the wrong recommendation, right? That is, somebody would have purchased two OnePlus mobile together, and based on the existing data, it is suggesting me to buy one more OnePlus mobile.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, so it all depends on the data only, and these three parameters decides. For example, if it is minimum support is 0.5 means what? Like out of n transaction, okay, that particular product should be purchased in 50% of the transactions.
50%. Yeah.
Only then that particular product should be considered. Otherwise, it should not. It should forget it actually. Okay, so that's why we are saying minimum support is 0.5. So 0.5 is ideal case. Okay, so confidence is nothing but it's like that particular supermarket owner or retail owner. Okay, retail owner has confidence. Okay, this customer definitely will buy this if he is getting this, like that. Okay, so that's nothing but confidence actually. So you can set some, see, I can't set like 0.1 as confidence. If I say 0.1 as confidence, right, I will get lot of things actually. See here, I'm getting lot of stuff because confidence I set just 0.1 actually. Okay, so if you say 0.1, there is no confidence at all likely, right? Okay, so you should have at least like 0.5 or 0.6 confidence, like that. And this minimum lift, right, you should not say less than 1. For example, if I say less than 1, okay, what will happen is you will see n number of items like this. See, it is giving single items also.
Okay, yeah.
Got it? So if it is less than 1, that it is nothing but there is some negative correlation within the item set. Okay, so should be always greater than 1. So let's say 1.2, something like that. Okay, so now you can see I'm getting the reasonable thing actually over here. That is, milk, bread, butter are all related items. For example, whenever I buy bread, I will I'll be getting the suggestion on milk and butter. Whenever I buy butter, I will get suggestion on milk and bread, like that. Okay, got it?
I didn't understand that lift concept again. Why is it greater than 1?
Okay, see, lift means it depends on the customer. Okay, lift means it depends on the customer. For example, it depends on interest on one particular product. Okay, the thing is that scratch that back case, that back cover case. Okay, so when the customer will be interested in buying the back cover case, for example, consider I am planning to buy hard disk of 2B size. Okay, so that time, it should not suggest me to buy back case cover, correct?
Okay.
Because those two are wrong combinations, correct? That is, it has to suggest the related products only. Okay, that is, we have to bring the interest on the particular product by suggesting something. Okay, for example, if I suggest some hard disk pouch when he is going to buy OnePlus mobile, that is wrong match. Nobody will buy. Correct? Nobody will buy. That is nothing but lift actually. Huh?
Confidence alone, it's enough, right? Or
Confidence is on retail side. Okay, confidence is on retail side. Lift is depends on the customer. Okay, lift depends on the customer. See, for example, if it is less than 1 means, okay, that means there is some negative correlation. That means those two products are not related at all. Okay, see, I'm just saying 0.7 here. Okay, and let me see some rules. See, milk apple, who will buy? Okay, milk apple is not the proper one, right? See, 0.94. Lift is the thing, 0.94. Okay, so like, see, the people will buy, but most of the people will not like, right?
Yeah.
Okay, most of the people will not like. See, but apple wine 1.19, greater than 1 actually. Okay, and then bread butter 1.19. If it is greater than 1, okay, you we can say, okay, this particular product will sell, like that. Okay, for example, let me just say, take something else. Okay, so all wine butter, wrong choice.
Yeah.
Wrong choice, that is.
Lift
Okay,
is 1.9.
so yeah, so like that. Okay, so less than 1 means it will come like that actually. Okay, so if I say 1.2, I will get the proper match actually, like milk, bread, butter. Okay, got it?
Got it.
Yeah, so that is the difference between this thing, like lift and confidence. Okay. Yeah, so please try it out, and then we will see the deep learning.
Done.
Done, everyone?
Yeah, done.
Okay, so now let me talk about, so this notes will be shared with you. Okay, it is prepared by me. I just copied it. Okay, this notes will be shared with you, with all of you. Okay, like what is deep learning, why deep learning is popular. Yeah, sure, Abhishek. Abhishek, now is it okay?
Yes, I can hear you. I am connected back.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, so why deep learning is considered when there is machine learning? Okay, see, machine learning will not go through several iterations. For example, if you take linear regression problem, okay, the KNN, Okay, they will not go through several iterations basically. Okay, so unsupervised learning will go several iterations because there is no label there. Okay, so that's why it was going through several iterations basically. But deep learning, okay, will go through several iterations again and again until the expected output meets the actual output. Okay, so now yeah, so these are the limitations of machine learning. Okay, that is, machine learning are not useful while working with high dimensional data, that is where we have large number of inputs and outputs. For example, if you take image, okay, if you take image, the image classification will never work with respect to machine learning. So we have to go for deep learning basically. Okay, we have to go for deep learning because each and every pixel is an input. Okay, each and every pixel is an input, so it will be converted to data. Okay, it will be converted to data basically. Okay, and it cannot solve crucial AI problems like NLP, image recognition, etc. So NLP, you guys know, right? So we have so many languages, and each and every languages we have lots of alphabets, like vowels and consonants will be there in each and every languages. So it has to understand, okay, each and every language, and it has to understand the syntax analysis of all the languages. Okay, so it is not possible with machine learning. Okay, and one of the big challenges with traditional machine learning problem is a process called feature extraction. That is, I think we were talking about that, right? Like if you go to Google Maps, okay, if you go to Google Maps and you will be giving just source and destination. So it depends on the kilometer, it will give you the duration. Okay, so you are providing only source and destination. You are not providing like traffic is heavy, traffic is no, like traffic is 50% like that. You are not providing any details on the traffic. Okay, so it will get the details of the traffic by itself. So there will be n number of hidden layers. Okay, that is, there will be n number of hidden features in order to predict a single output. Okay, with respect to deep learning. But in machine learning, okay, it will not automatically predict the features that are not provided. Okay, so it will consider only the features which are provided to the user, sorry, the model, that's it. It will not consider any other features. Okay, for example, the other day we talked about something, right? That is images.google.co.in, and then we said dog, okay, and then we went to puppy, then we did something like, okay, some eyes we saw, right? Where was that? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so it will, okay, it will deep down into pixel by pixel, okay, in order to extract more features from it actually. Okay, so only then it can be classified as dog. Okay, so these image classification, okay, so whatever you are seeing in photos.google.com and then images.google, okay, everything is done via deep learning. Okay, and also you can see something like language translator. Okay, language translator. Okay, so for example, if I type something hello, you can see it is getting the language called English. Okay, and whatever I select some language over here, let me say Japanese. Now you can see, okay, it is not Japanese, it is Javanese. I'm hearing for the first time. Okay, Japanese. Now you can see something like this. Okay, and also we have something called speech recognition. Okay, speech recognition, voice recognition. So those are all part of deep learning. Okay, those are all part of deep learning actually. It's not just with machine learning basically. Okay, right? So for complex problems such as object recognition or handwriting recognition, this is a huge challenge. That is, we are going to see one example with respect to handwriting recognition. Okay, so that is handwritten images. Okay, will be there, and then we'll be classifying with that actually. Okay, so only that particular model stage will be different. Okay, rest all will be the same. Like you will be reading it from the data frame, that is from the CSV file. Okay, you have to split it. You have to do all pre-processing. That is, you have to label encoding it. Okay, everything you'll be doing. Okay, except that particular model stage. Like we had some five lines of code, right? That will be converted to some 3 lines of code. That's it. Okay, so that's what we are going to do with respect to deep learning actually. All right, so now it completely works based on
One question.
yeah.
Quick question there. So we said that I think we don't need to give all the features, right? These algorithms may take the multiple features automatically, but even I think it will be fruitful if they are correlated. So we actually figured out the correlation, and then we picked up those features which will give us better output, right? So we picked up only those features in the previous exercises.
No, not from the CSV file. Okay, the features are not from the CSV file basically.
Okay.
Okay, so these features, it will automatically identify it. See, for example, from this image, okay, I closed it, is it? See, from this image, right? If I go here, yeah, from this image, how many features I can give? Like I can give something like shape of eye, color of eye, and then the dimension of eye, dimension of nose, dimension of ear, like that. Correct? But
Right.
we will be leaving some features over here. Like, see, it is made up of pixels, right? If you see where it is going, okay. See, it is made up of pixels, right? Over here,
Correct.
right? So it will
Correct.
read each and every pixel basically from the image. It automatically reads.
Hmm.
Okay, it reads each and every pixel. For example, like consider I have, okay, it is not there, right? So like 1920 by 1080. So you will get something like 24 lakhs. Okay, so you will be having that much of data for one particular image.
Hmm.
Okay, so each and every image of size will be 28 by 28 basically. The data, that is the form of the data, like
Right.
28
Right.
rows and 28 columns. Okay, so it will automatically identify the hidden features basically. Okay, so whatever we
Okay.
have in CSV file are all known features.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, only those I can provide to machine learning model.
Correct.
I can't create the features from that particular things like that, right?
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Understood? No? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So right. So this works completely based on okay biological neurons. So this is the structure of biological neuron actually. Okay. So this is nothing but dendrites. These are all receivers. These are all receivers. So this will receive the input from previous neuron. Okay, and then it passes through the cell body. The nucleus is the functional part. Okay, it will function our data, and then it will process some data, and it will process through the axon terminals like this. And this axon terminals are the output. Okay, and this particular output will be sent as the input to another neuron. So this is the inputs, this is the output. Okay, and in our body there will be more neurons will be interconnected to each other. Okay, so similarly, if you see the structure of deep learning model, okay, if you see the structure of deep learning model like this, that is, we'll be having n number of inputs. Okay, we'll be having n number of inputs, and for each and every input, there will be some weights. It will be assigned randomly for the first time. Okay, for the first time, the weights will be assigned randomly to all the inputs. And then it will be passed to processing element, that is summation of input into weight. Okay, that is summation of input and into weight. Actually, that is each and every input will be multiplied by the individual weights. Okay, and then it will be passed to some activation function. I will talk about this activation function, okay, a bit later. All right, so depends on the nature of the model, this activation function differs. Okay, this might be a sigmoid function if it is a binary classification, or if it is a linear function, if it is linear regression, like that. And this
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not
I
able
think we
to
lost
hear
him.
you, Mon.
Okay. Mohan, we cannot hear you. I think he is continuing with the talk.
Yeah, but how do we notify him?
Yeah, this chat is also not giving any indication that somebody has actually sent some message.
Correct.
yeah. That I saw. I stopped in between actually after seeing that, but I didn't get any notification saying your audio connection lost like that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It is just green only. Oh my god. Now it is okay, is it?
Yeah, it's okay. We lost you when you were talking about that transform function.
Oh my god. That time itself, is it? And also, if I
Yeah.
minimize this, I'm not getting any notification of chat. I don't know. So I have to change this particular control. That either Zoom or go to webinar is fine, not go to meeting now. Okay, I will talk with my manager on this. Because here it should say, okay, like if I lost the connection, right, it will say like audio connection
Yeah,
lost,
it should
attempting to,
notify.
yeah, it
Yeah.
should be. So, but it was green only, so I thought you guys are listening like that actually. Okay, sorry guys, sorry. So from the transform function, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Applications and all, you didn't listen at all, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Guys,
Audio is not.
over here.
Yes.
Okay, let me explain. Okay, so now like neurons, we have, okay, one second, because if I,
Please enroll our general membership for $3.99 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.